If yours is like most organizations, either you've adopted manual processes for managing privileged passwords, or you're not managing them at all. As a result, your most sensitive passwords are often widely known and shared amongst administrators, hard-coded into applications and scripts, rarely, if ever, changed, and almost impossible to find or recertify when someone changes roles or leaves the organization. Manual processes simply can't cope with the scale of the password management problem in large IT operations. Cloakware Password Authority 4.0 replaces your error-prone manual processes with a robust, automated, policy-driven process, enabling you to meet your password compliance requirements and ensure the continuity and security of your IT operations. The following product demonstration by our Chief Technologist, Robert Grapes, describes how administrators can secure your company's data environment to the highest levels of the PCI DSS. Robert?
The Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or PCI DSS, is comprised of 12 specific security requirements. Those 12 are further broken down into over 200 subtasks. With today's demonstration, I'd like to focus in on requirement number 8, which is the assignment of unique IDs for human access to computers. Requirement 7, the need to know access, or the creation of lowest level of privilege, as well as number 2, which is the use of or stopping the use of default passwords on systems. What you see in front of you is the main login console for the Cloakware Password Authority product. I'm going to log in as a full administrator. This will give you the sense of the full interface available with the product. So I'm going to focus in on the issue of, first, need-to-know basis. We can assign multiple administrators to the system. Those administrators belong to what we call user groups, which really controls the visibility they have to the various systems that are enrolled in the system. And within those user groups, we assign what we call roles. Roles are the ability to limit the functionality that can be performed over the objects that are actually registered into the product. If I take a look at a particular role, let's say security officer for role management, which is the ability to create additional roles, we can see that it has a very limited list of available permissions or assigned permissions, whereas it has a long list of available permissions that can be assigned to different types of roles. Go back to the users for a moment. Just for demonstration purposes, I have a user here called Trevor Brown. Trevor Brown has an assigned user group, which is the Cisco Operators group, which leads me to believe that his role is narrowed down to just dealing with Cisco accounts. Let's log in as Trevor and just see what happens to the console. Come back to my main interface. I'll log in as Trevor. And I should see that the dialogues have changed. Yes, my menus have changed, and the access that I have to the system has changed. In this case, I'm looking at target systems, which in the list down below you'll see are isolated to just Cisco devices. So again, we can control the visibility of what Trevor is able to see. Beyond that, we can control the specific functionality. Now, because he is a target administrator, he has full access to generate new passwords for this particular Cisco router. He can view a password for that router, and he can view the full password history for that router. Let's actually view the password. Depending on the policy that's been applied for this particular account, Trevor may be asked to check out an account and later check it in. It may request dual approvals. This scenario, I'm just basic authentication with a basic policy for the ability to view. Trevor will select a reason code as to why he needs to see this password, and he can add additional details, including, say, ticket numbers as to why he needs to see this particular password. When he clicks next, he'll then be shown the last long, strong random password that was created for this particular device. Now, this brings up an interesting point. If we go back to requirement number 2, don't use default passwords for your systems. What the system allows us to do, if I sign back in as a full administrator here, is we can begin to schedule jobs to actually start actively managing passwords across systems. In this case, I'm looking at an Oracle account, and I can schedule a job daily, weekly, monthly, and I can specify particular months that I want this password to change upon. I can specify that I want the password change event to go out to a group of servers or a specific individual server. I can specify that I want the system to automatically generate a password and send it out to all of those systems on a regular basis, or I can actually allow a human to type in a password and have it sent out to those individual servers or groups of servers over a period of time. So there's many different administrative scheduling capabilities here that reduce the workload in the environment as well.